Shalom, Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakwadash, the Bawanas to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to like out there doing his work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. All right, and I want to get into a quick topic, pretty much entitled All is Gain in the Lord, just for the fact that, us being on the side in which we're on, you know, it's self-explanatory that it's no way, that we can lose. Now, what I mean by that, not, trying to be boastful and saying that we as individuals know that we're a part of the elect, but just the fact that we're on the side of righteousness, um, it's inevitable that we will win, period. Because righteousness always trumps wickedness, in the actual so-called scheme of things. But in this current world, we know what presides in today's time and how people look at things, right? So this is Philippians 1:14, and it says, "And many of my other brethren in the Lord, waxing confident by my bonds, are much more bold to speak the word without fear. Some indeed preach Yahushua, even of envy and strife, and some of good also of good will. The one preached Yahushua of contention, not sincerely, supposing to add affliction to my bonds, but the other of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel." So, it's always about what the intent, that's what the Most High looks at. The Most High looks at the intent, what would they say? Like in certain court cases, they bring up such and such and such and such with the intent, or with a drug case, something with the intent to distribute. You know what I'm saying? Because that makes it much worse, as opposed to, if somebody was a user and they just using themselves. But when you're intending to do something with that, or sell it, or do this and a third, they consider that crime to be much more harsh. So what is all about the intent, and how, you will be judged based off of your intent, because that shows, the mindset of the individual. And we know the Most High, he tried, the heart and the reins, So verse 18, it says, What then, notwithstanding every way, whether in pretense or in truth, Yahushua is preached, and I therein do rejoice, yea, and will rejoice." Because he's saying, like, either way, how it goes, what Yahushua is being talked about. So that's always a good thing, always a good thing, as long as the Lord's name is being brought up and being spoken of, because that brings awareness to the people, and for us as well, to get more in the content spirit, to be able to speak about the Lord, and so that people can hear more of him, to make his name more known throughout the four corners of the earth, and to give him that glory. Verse 19, "For I know that this shall turn to my salvation." For the fact that of what he's doing, and he know that, like I said, on this side of the coin, it's a win-win thing. Whether you get people stirred up talking about Yahushua, and they coming at you in a bad manner, or whether a person is coming at you in a good manner, just the fact that you're doing your job, and these people are being judged, for the things that are coming out their mouth, the things in which they do based upon what you're saying, because what you're saying is bringing the truth out to them that the Lord want our people to wake up to, So there is no lose with the Lord, period, man. There is no lose with the Lord. In this society, hey, you take the L all the time. You got to take the L all the time. But with the Lord, it's truly no L's taken, because this is our duty. And at the end of the day, if we remain faithful unto the Lord, then we shall inherit the kingdom, regardless of what person heard, because it's not up to us, to get them to understand. The Lord has to impart the understanding unto them, right? But we are just doing our job as prophets, as men of the Lord, you know. For I know that this shall turn to my salvation through your prayer and the supply of the Spirit of Yahushua, according to my earnest expectation, and my hope that is in nothing, I shall be ashamed, but that with all boldness as always. So now also Yahushua shall be magnified in my body, whether it be by life or by death. For to me to live is Yahushua, and to die is gain. But if I live in the flesh, this is the fruit of my labor. Yet what I shall choose I wot not, for I am in a strait betwixt two, having a desire to depart and to be with Yahushua, which is far better. Nevertheless, to abide in the flesh is more needful. Nevertheless, to abide in the flesh is more needful for you. So, when it comes down to it, Paul saw that, hey, either way, I'm saying, I'm good, because, whether if the Lord, requires me to go up with him, I'm saying, that's even better, because I know where my place is, but if I'm here on earth constantly doing the work, then that also helps to further secure, my place, as far as I'm doing the work, okay? Because what? The scriptures say, he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved, right? Verse 25, and having this confidence, I know that I shall abide and continue with you all for your furtherance of joy and faith. So he knew that he would continue, all for the furtherance of the gospel, for the people, because that's what it's all about, constantly pushing the ministry, furthering the ministry, so that all can be well aware of the changes that are about to take place, within this earth, and how the righteous power, is about to be changed over, right? I want to go to 2 Corinthians 4. Yeah, 2 Corinthians 4, and I start at verse 7, and it says, but we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of Yahweh, and not of us. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not forsaken, cast down, but not destroyed, always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Yahushua, that the life also of Yahushua might be made manifest in our body. So, pretty much, getting into, and what we think of the common scripture of Romans 12, how we put our bodies as a living sacrifice, so on a physical tip, we're being cast down, we're going through things where distress, sickly illnesses, and, these fragile bodies, putting our lives on the line on the highways and byways, the mouth that we constantly get from people, this just the confusion of the society, everything in general, So we always suffering a form of persecution, from the masses, for Yahweh's sake. So that's giving more life to Yahweh, and the more of us being, as far as the worldly sense and things like that, that creature is dying within us more and more every day as we grow closer to the Spirit, for which we live, are always delivered unto death for Yahweh's sake, that the life also of Yahweh might be made manifest in our mortal flesh. So, it's like we walking around, you know, our brothers always, like to say, we are modern Jobs and things like that, So we're taking on, some of the sufferings, that the men of old went through just in this present time, and especially of Yahweh Shah, because we're bearing our burdens, we're bearing our cross along with him every step of the way, that we remain within his truth and that we strive unto the end. Okay. So then death worketh in us, but life in you. We having the same spirit of faith, according as it is written, I believed and therefore have I spoken. We also believe and therefore speak, knowing that he which raised up the Lord Yahweh Shah shall raise up us also by Yahweh Shah, and shall raise up us also by Yahweh Shah, and shall present us with you. So it's always a win-win situation, with the Lord, no matter how you choose to slice and dice it. Yeah, we technically lose on this end, but that's already because we're already losing. We're supposed to lose on this end, but it's all about the spiritual gain, that we have access to and that we continue to nourish, every single day, nourishing our spirits, nourishing ourselves with the word of the Lord, constantly nourishing ourselves with the work, dealing with the brotherhood. We constantly being nourished, So that's why, and Paul was saying, so then death worketh in us, but life in you, because it's like you giving, more life into someone else, and the more works and things that we get into, that I noticed that as you grow, within this truth, certain things may become a little, overall things get, easier to you to bear because you have the right mindset for it, but knowing, what we know in this truth, and knowing that we have to suffer, we have a lot more to bear. And, we giving out a lot of our strength, when we teaching, when we doing this, when we doing that, for each set of brothers that's coming up underneath us, so that more life is being brought into them, and we pushing out more energy every single day. So Paul was like, yo, hey, we doing this and we suffering more for it, but y'all getting life now. And then the time comes when y'all come up, then, vice versa. And it's one hand wash the other, as the nation, of our people come together within these last days, man, So, with that, I hope this segment was edifying. And I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to like I did, doing this work of faith, labor of love, and true sincerity. Shalom.